I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Welcome back, YouTube. It's your boy Prodigy Gig Gems, and we are back with another video. This video is titled How to Get Your Food Delivered Fast and Fresh. This video is for my customers and delivery workers too. The purpose of this video is because we as delivery drivers, we complain a lot about getting bad orders, not being tipped. But I feel like we do a lot of complaining, but when really what we should be doing is making people more aware and making videos like this. This is why this video exists and why I'm making these videos. I'm taking a different route with it, not just complaining, but making customers aware of if they want their food fresh and fast and how they can do that. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna educate our customers and make them aware. So without further ado, I have 5 tips in this video that I'm gonna go over. Some customers may know, some you may not, but I'm gonna make you aware in this video. Tip number 1. Tipping trip to mile ratio. That is the first tip. Trip to mile ratio. Pretty simple. You order food, understand how many miles that food has to go. So if you order food 2 miles away, you should at least tip at least $2 for that 2 miles. And I guarantee you that food will get to you in a reasonable time, a reasonable manner. Because as Uber Eats, DoorDash, all these delivery places, our base pay is $2, not including tips. So if you're unaware, that's what our base pay is, $2. So when you send out an order, we get paid $2 plus whatever you tip. So we get $2 plus, let's say if you tip $2 for that 2 mile order, that's $4. When the order comes across our screen, it will say $4 for 2 miles. It's a small order, but I guarantee you that order will be paid out. You may stay a mile away. $1 or $2 would do the job. $4, 1 mile. That order will be ticking fast. The delivery drivers will do that order. But you must understand, and let me disclaimer, nobody is obligated to tip. But just know, if you are complaining about getting your food cold, or getting your order on a timely manner, and it's happening time and time again, you may want to understand where it's going wrong and where the communication is going wrong. Easy. You order food 10 miles away. These are more of the bigger ones. Order food, $10 made. Put in a $10 tip on a 10-mile order. Your order is going to get accepted, delivered, no issues. Because that order is going to come across at a good rate. That order is going to come across as like $14, $15 for 10 miles. So you just have to understand tip trip to mile ratio. I promise you, 9 times out of 10, if you tip trip to mile ratio, you will get your order delivered fast and as quick as possible. So don't forget, tip trip to mile ratio. Now, I understand that customers' whole thing is Uber Eats, DoorDash, these apps, all these food delivery apps are already super expensive. You're already paying double to get that order. And I understand that. Trust me, we as drivers, we fully understand your frustration with already paying a lot of money on these apps. We fully get it. But at the same time, you have to understand that we work for a company. That company is getting the majority of the money. I think it's like a 70-40 split. Like, it's not, that company is getting a majority of that pay. A majority of that pay is going to those companies. So what we're seeing, we can only speak on what we're seeing. So if you're paying $20-something for a meal, and then $5 come across our screen, that's literally all we spend. We don't know what you pay for the customer. We as delivery drivers don't know what you pay for your meals. And out of what you pay, we're only getting peanuts of that. That's how it goes. That's business. It is what it is. You're not required to tip. And if you don't want to tip, don't. But if you are constantly having an issue of getting your food cold, not getting your food on at a reasonable time, this is why. Because delivery drivers are getting your orders. That $2 order to go 5 miles, they're getting that order and they're declining it because we get the option to offer and decline. So delivery drivers are getting that order, $2, 5 miles, declining it, goes to the next person, decline, it goes to the next one. And it keeps recycling. All that time, your food is sitting there, getting cold. All that time, your food is getting there, recycle until one person gets that order. Or another issue that can happen is that your order is sitting there so long, another order comes in that's tip to mile ratio. And guess what they do with your order? They add that order onto your order, which makes it more feasible for the delivery driver to accept. So that delivery driver is accepting 2 orders, but guess what that delivery driver has to do now? He has to go to 2 locations. Now, your order may not be delivered first. It may be delivered second from that other location. That location may be a little further than what your location is. So guess what? You're still going to get your food cold. That's the way of the business. And I'm really reaching out to the customers and letting you know, guys, I'm telling you, this is the key to getting your food fast. You order these food on this app because you want your food fast, you want your food fresh, and you want your food as quick as possible. And this is the way to do that. Tip number 2, never order fast food through the merchant. What do you mean by that, Prodigy? For instance, Wingstop. Wingstop is amazing. Amazing food, amazing wings. I have nothing bad to say about Wingstop. But do understand, Wingstop is its own corporation that's separate from Uber Eats, that's separate from DoorDash. So when you place an order through Wingstop, Wingstop gets that order, and then Wingstop either sends it out to Uber Eats or DoorDash or whoever, Grubhub, whatever app to get it delivered. So guess what? They make that order, then that order sits until they find a driver to take that order to where it needs to go. Whereas if you order that same order through Uber Eats, DoorDash, or whatever, it can get to a delivery driver faster. It's going directly to a driver. That order is submitted. Once that order is submitted, it's going directly to a driver, a DoorDash driver, delivery Uber Eats driver, and it speeds up that process. So your order is just not sitting there at Wingstop and getting cold and just sitting there waiting for somebody to come deliver your food. Like I said, when things like that happen, you can't be mad at the delivery driver when they get that order and your Wingstop order took too long because you ordered the order through Wingstop and you did not order it through DoorDash and you did not order it through Uber Eats. So keep that in mind. It's very pivotal because I see a lot of people, even in my experience, get frustrated when we get a Wingstop order and they get the food and the food took 30 minutes to an hour, and I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, a lot of times that I walk into Wingstop, there are 5 or 6 orders that are just sitting there waiting on it to be picked up, waiting it to be pinged out to a DoorDash or Uber Eats to be picked up to be delivered. So please understand, order your food. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, they're going to be delivering your food anyway. So just order it. It's going to probably cost you a couple extra bucks by doing it this way, but at least you're going to get your food fresh, fast, and as quickly as possible. And that's what you have to understand when you order food through DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all these other apps, whereas ordering it through the merchant takes longer. I'm telling you. Tip number 3, understand the time of day that you're ordering. Example, ordering an order comes across us that's $2 for 2 miles at, let's say, 11:30 at night for McDonald's. McDonald's, when you can't just walk into McDonald's at 11:30 at night. You know that, right? You have to go through a drive-thru. And what happens during a drive-thru? There's 6, 7, or 8 cars lined up in that drive-thru, and here you come with the $2 order to go through the drive-thru. Now, new drivers just starting don't know these things, so they go through the process. But I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get a seasoned driver that understands that a $2 order is not going. $2 order going to, even if it's going 2 miles, a $2 order going 2 miles is not worth their time. You didn't put a tip on there, and the order was $2, and now they have to go through the line at 11:30 at night. Be cognizant, as customers, be cognizant of the time that you're ordering food. I'm telling you, I understand that you already paid $10 for that order, and you didn't leave a tip. And you already paid $10 on the order. That's all. That's it. But I'm telling you, if you want your food faster, quick at 11:30 at night, be aware that these drivers have to wait in the drive-thru. And just sitting there with your car running is burning gas. It's gonna burn more than $2 worth of gas. I'm telling you. So just throw a little extra tip on there. Throw a little extra to make it worth it for that driver, because you know that driver has to sit in that drive-thru, and it's going to take even more and more time for you to get your food. You have to understand that. Make it lucrative for the driver to make it more so that driver could accept that offer. And I'm not even talking about no huge tips. $2, $3, $4 is sufficient. I'm telling you. Tipping $2, $3, $4 is sufficient, and it's going to get that order accepted and going to get that order dropped off. But you have to make it worth the driver's time. It's supply and demand out here. That's just the way of the world and the way it works. Tip number 4, getting your food delivered fast and as quick as possible. Stay in contact with your driver. From the time that you're assigned a driver, you as customers, get in contact with your driver. As soon as you're assigned a driver, hey, you know this person, Prodigy is coming to get you. You know Prodigy is coming to get you. You get a time. There's a box where you can communicate through DoorDash, Uber Eats, all these apps with your driver. Get in contact, get in communication with your driver. Hey, how long is this food taking? Me personally, as a delivery driver, let's say it's 11:30 at night. I get an order, $10 going 2 miles. I'm in a line waiting for that order, 6 cars ahead of me. I'm going to communicate with that customer, letting them know the time limit on their order. Hey, sir, ma'am, this order is going to take a good minute because there's 5 or 6 cars ahead of me. But I do understand all drivers are not like that. So if you want that courtesy, you have to communicate with your drivers. And the last and final tip that I will give is to be as detailed as possible about where you live in a description. Example, when you're placing the order, and you know that you live on a dirt path or you live where there's a lot of potholes and stuff, put that in the description. Give your drivers that courtesy, especially late at night, 11, 12 o'clock at night. You know you live on a dirt path or you live where there's some potholes or something. Yes, some people don't want to put that stuff in the description. Some customers don't want to put that stuff in the description because you would probably run the risk of somebody not taking the order because they see where you live at or whatnot. But if it's a good enough tip on there, they're going to take the order regardless of whatnot. But at least do delivery drivers that courtesy so they're not out there. Or if you know you live in a tough spot, let's say an apartment complex that has, I've been to an apartment complex that had maybe like 7 or 8 buildings in that one apartment complex, and it's just hard to get to the customer. And they want the food to deliver to the door. Be as descriptive as possible in the description so that people are not driving around not only wasting gas, but getting your food colder and colder. Be as descriptive as possible when you want your delivery driver to deliver your food to the right location. And those are my 5 tips that can get you as a customer your food faster. And that's just how food delivery works. This your boy Prodigy Gig Gems. I hope I helped you guys come to an understanding on how to get your food faster. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, another banger. Let's get it. Peace.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.